The HuskerOnline team hit the road Friday, headed east down I-80 to Mount Pleasant, Iowa, to catch up with Nebraska offensive line commit Big Henery Lutovsky. It was round one of the Iowa Class 3A state playoffs, and Mount Pleasant rolled over Benton Community 30-7 to advance to a second-round matchup at Fort Madison next week.
Feeling good about the group of guys we have. We were able to rotate in 6 offensive linemen. Each one got the job done, and we were able to do all sorts of things, whether it was pass and run. And I think earlier in the season we didn't quite have that versatility. But, now as the season moves on, we're able to do those things we weren't before. And I just think that shows – it's a big testament to how we've progressed as a team and as a family.
We had to get back to Panther football that we've been so good at doing early in the season. We ran the ball really well. It sets up the pass, and I thought our guys did a great job up front and blocking tonight and giving our quarterback time. And he was a little rusty, and so he had to make some decisions pretty early in the game that our O-line giving him time helped him do that. And so that's going to help us moving forward in this team that we have next week.
And it was a dominating night for the future Husker as he just manhandled anyone who got in his way.
Well, it's pretty simple. I just do what I'm told, and I do it till the whistle blows. And, whether that ends up driving him 10 yards off the ball or 20 or putting him on his back, whatever that is, I just try to be relentless and not stop until I hear that final whistle. Just play between the whistles, and just the rest will take care of itself.
Every down, his job in his mind, what it looks like from us on film, is that he wants to own that person, and if he can take him out of bounds, he will, and if he can take him to the other goalpost, he will, and he won't stop moving his feet, and that's just his goal. And what happens is it gets other teams frustrated a lot, and they'll do silly things like they did tonight and get a penalty because they're just getting tired of beat up, and that's just who he is. But off the field, he's a great kid, and so we're really happy that he's on our team.
Do you find that there's a point in the game where you kind of break a guy's will after you do that enough?
Yeah, I find the first few possessions are harder than the ones that come after. Once you get after a guy, he's like, okay, he's going to do what he wants. That's the whole game. But, I definitely come out really hard, and then it's nice to just kind of coast because those guys get broken, and, you can just do whatever you want with them.
I know you've come a long way. You've really changed your body a lot from just a couple years ago. You're 320, don't carry any bad weight or anything like that. Give us an idea of the amount of work that you've put in to get to this point. Oh,
it's been huge. There was a time where I was up in the 340s for weight, and I knew that was bad. And so, I've changed up my diet, lifting routine, work ethic, all of that. And I'm back down to 320 and feeling really good, and I feel really solid, and I feel like I have a good foundation for next January when I get to campus.
Yeah, that's the impressive part really. As a sophomore, I don't want to make fun of him, but he might have been a little pudgy, but he has spent all of the time in the weight room plus time that he was going away and seeing other specialists, and it was never a weekend that I didn't drive by the field and see him out here flipping tires. He just has an unbelievable work ethic. He has an amazing drive, and Nebraska's lucky to get a kid like him, and he's just a kid that we don't want to leave.
And Henery knows it doesn't get any easier at the next level and is ready for the challenge.
Really just work on everything because, right now it seems like I'm dominating everybody. But a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now, it won't work against, Division I athletes. And, really just once I get to campus, I plan on improving everything. I'm nowhere near where I need to be. It's good enough for high school, but, that won't cut it. I still have so much work to be done. And although I look really good on film, there's, a lot more work that I need to put in until where I'm at where I need to be.
Lutovsky will be an early enrollee, so Nebraska's offensive line coach Greg Austin will have plenty of time to decide on the best spot for Henery.
He likes how I'm pretty well developed as it is. I don't need to go in there and tackle on 50 pounds or anything like that. I've got a good solid foundation to start, and I think that's a big reason why they recruited me. And really, it's just been get everything up, improve my good weight, improve my lifting numbers, improve my speed mostly, improve my technique, and really, he hasn't really laid out a timeline for me to play or anything, but I know if I get in there 6 months early, that's 6 months work that I wouldn't have put in with him if I didn't. And so to me, it didn't make sense not to come in.
I think he's an amazing inside guy, whether center guard or whatever, but he's pretty special, and we're fortunate enough to have a kid not too long ago that played in the NFL, and Leonard Wester, who just retired a couple of weeks ago, and they are very similar in nature. So we'll see. Time will tell. Hopefully, he can stay healthy, and with his work ethic, I'm sure that Sunday's not something that we won't see.
Lutovsky's been a part of this recruiting class for over a year now and has had plenty of time to build strong bonds with the other commits.
Oh, we all, it's a real family. I think, we all get along really well, and just trying to just goof around and just be friends, because we don't want an all business relationship. We want them to just have a true friendship there, off the field, and just know that in the field we're going to get after each other and compete,
And with only a few spots left in the 2021 class, Henery says there's still some guys left to work on.
There's a few. It's coming down. We're looking at a lot of 22 guys now, and just trying to fill out the class. We're pretty well, we're almost done with it. So, we should be good here by December. We'll have a full class, and I like the guys we're bringing in.
While living in the heart of Hawkeye country, you can imagine the heat Henery gets for being a Husker.
It gets annoying, but it's whatever. I know once I get over there, they won't hear another thing about it. I think once we get this thing rolling, I don't think they'll have much to talk about, honestly. But yeah, it does get annoying. But I know that's just how they're brought up, and I made a decision for myself, not them. So it's fine with me. Whatever they want to say, they can say it.
There's folks that give him a hard time, but everybody's happy for him because he's happy. And he went and visited, and he came back and said, "Coach, I know. I don't need to go anywhere else." He's like, the feeling was amazing, and the way the coaches treated him and the players, it was pretty obvious early that's where he wanted to be. So we give him a hard time, but one of our coaches on staff is a Husker fan as well. So he's got a guy that's always arm in arm with him. So he's in good shape.
And do you think that's going to be a trend that continues, that Nebraska will keep being able to pluck some Iowa guys out of the state?
Yeah, I think sticking our defensive coordinator on this state is huge. That really shows the priority. We didn't just go with the position coach. We went with the whole defensive coordinator. He's from the area. He knows the land. He knows all the guys. And I think he makes big pushes to pull them out, because you got to beat teams on and off the field, and that means plucking them from that 500-mile radius that we described. And if that means reaching over to Iowa City and doing that, that's fine. We'll do whatever it takes.
I don't know, but I know this year's class is really special, and for Nebraska to come in and get a few guys, that they're going to be blessed by these kids. They're pretty good.
And finally, with the return of Big Ten football next weekend, you can probably imagine Henery's pretty excited.
Oh, I'm stoked. I think it's going to be a big recruiting piece if we have this season, because I think this will be a year where we truly show our colors and show what we're all about. And I don't think that people would take notice if we didn't have that.
Reporting from Mount Pleasant, Iowa, for Nate Klaus, I'm Greg Peterson for HuskerOnline.com.